This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, students. So today we are going to discuss coordinate geometry. So as you see in the screen, here is the agenda for today. We are going to discuss on the straight line equation of different forms like slope-intercept form. Second one is point slope form. Third one is two-point form. Fourth one is intercept form. Fifth one is symmetric or parametric or distant form. Sixth one is normal form. Seventh one is general form. So these are the 7 forms we will be discussing today. After that, when we will discuss all these 7 forms, we'll also solve, relevant, problems. And after that, I will give you homework where you need to apply the concepts what you are going to learn today, and you need to submit by 2nd September 2018. So with this note, let me start. The first one is the point slope form. So the first one we're going to discuss is that slope intercept form. So before that, let me tell you one fundamental point, and the point is that whenever a straight line has to be, equation of a straight line has to be found, there are 2 information must be given. With one information, we cannot find the equation of a straight line in 2 dimensions. As we are discussing the 2-dimensional coordinate geometry, to form the equation of a straight line, 2 conditions or 2 information has to be given so that we can form the equation of the straight line. And that is why if you look into the, that whenever I give this thing, the first one is called slope intercept. That means slope is given, intercept is given. Second one is point slope. Point is given, one point is given through which the straight line is passing, and slope of that straight line is given. Third one is 2-point form. That means 2 points are given through which the straight line is passing. Fourth one is intercept form. Intercept form means that the straight line makes an intercept in the both the coordinate axes. That means we need 2 information: how much intercept it made in the x-axis and how much intercept it made in the y-axis. Then fifth one is symmetric or parametric form. So there we will see that how 2 informations is given in a little indirect manner. Sixth one is normal form. So there we will see that 2 information is given, that what is the length of the perpendicular distance from the origin to the straight line, and that perpendicular, which is known as normal, how much angle it made with the positive direction of the x-axis. That is called normal form. So here we also see in normal form 2 information given. Then seventh one is general form. So that can be converted to any of the 6 forms what we just mentioned. So now let me discuss about the first one is that slope intercept form. In the slope intercept form, if you look into it, is that the straight line uh, is passing through just a minute. In the slope intercept form, if you look into it, the straight line is making an angle of theta with the positive direction of x-axis. If you look into this portion of this one, that this one, so this is the angle theta. So then what is the slope? m is equal to tan theta is known as the slope of that straight line, and how much intercept it made with the coordinate axis. That means if you look into this one, if you increase, if you extend this y-axis, okay, and if you extend that one, so then what we see, this straight line you know makes an intercept of, suppose this intercept length is suppose c. So then what we say is that equation of the straight line is y equal to mx plus c. So two information, first one is that slope, that is m, and second one is that intercept, that is c. That is the second information which is given. So if you look into this particular example, sorry, that two straight lines, first you see the green straight line, it makes an angle phi with the positive direction of the x-axis. Then its slope m dash is equal to tan phi, and how much intercept it made? It made an intercept of, we see that c prime. So then m prime and c prime are known to us. So we found the equation of the straight line as y equal to m dash x plus c dash. And if you see here, the slope is positive. Why it is positive? Because tan phi is an acute angle. So tan of an acute angle is always positive. So that's why m dash, which is tan phi, is positive, where phi is an acute angle. And c prime, that is the intercept. You see the intercept here, it is the below the x-axis. That means it is negative. So c prime is negative. So this is one thing. And if you see the straight line which is in blue, there you see that y equal to mx plus c. Here also, what is that m? M is equal to tan theta, because theta is the angle made by the straight line with the positive direction of the x-axis. And what is c? C is the intercept. So this is the c, okay, and this is m. So here we see what m is equal to tan theta, and you see that theta here is an obtuse angle, and we know tan of an obtuse angle is less than 0. That's why slope is less than 0 here. And what is c? C is the y-intercept. As we see, the y-intercept is above the x-axis. That means it is positive. So that's why y-intercept is positive. So here is the equation is y equal to mx plus c. I hope things are clear at your end. Now there is a problem here, in the exercise. Let's look into this exercise. So here the exercise is, find the equation of a straight line which cuts off an intercept of length 3 on y-axis and is parallel to the line joining the points 3, -2 and 1, 4. So what we are doing here is that first information what we get is that intercept, that c, that this is c, that is given to us. C is equal to 3. Now we need to make sure that what is this. Suppose if we make this thing is theta, then what is m? M is equal to tan theta, correct? But how to find this tan theta? We have been not given any other clue apart from that it is line joining the points. It is that straight line what we are going to find, which is in the blue color. It is parallel to the line joining the points 3, -2 and 1, 4, which is the straight line I draw in blue color. So there is not a direct way we can find the value of theta, and it is not important that we need to find the value of theta. What we are interested here to find the value of tan theta, which is m. And we know from the principle of the condition of two parallel straight line is having the same slope. So that means whatever the slope of this line, the green straight line which we need to find, whose equation we are going to find, is equal to the slope of the blue straight line, whose slope is actually given. How we can find the slope of the straight line AB? It is the difference of their y coordinate divided by the difference of their x coordinate of the two points A and B. So that's why we found the value of m. How we find the value of m? We found the value of m is equal to 4 minus -2, because y here it is 4 minus of -2 divided by difference of the x coordinate 1 minus 3. So that means what we get 6 by minus 2, which is minus 3. So we found now both m we found, and we already found c. So then we apply this one, y equal to mx plus 3, because c we already know. So then m is what? Minus 3. So we get the equation is y equal to minus 3x plus 3. And if we write in a little more structured manner, then we can write 3x plus y minus 3 equal to 0. I hope things are clear and you understand. So now let us go with the next point, and that is, if you look into our next one, is that point slope form. So we are done with the slope intercept form. Slope intercept form we are now done with. So now we are going to
Hello.
discuss with our agenda. The next one is that point slope form. In the point slope form, so what we see is that, so there are two things given here. One is that as a straight line passing through a fixed point, that point is coordinate is x1 comma y1, and the slope of that straight line is given to us. That means what? If we draw coordinate axis, it will be something like this. So this is positive direction of x-axis, this is negative direction of x-axis, this is positive direction of y-axis, this is negative direction of y-axis, and this is origin. So suppose the straight line is passing through a fixed point. What is the fixed point? That fixed point, suppose it is A, and it is passing through the point x1 comma y1, and if it makes an angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis, that means its slope is known to us. M is equal to tan theta. M is known to us. Then what is the equation of the straight line? Equation of the straight line is y minus y1 is equal to m. What is the slope is given? Into x minus x1. This is the equation of the straight line when we know two information: the point through which the straight line is passing, which is x1 comma y1, and m, the slope of that straight line. I hope it is clear. Okay, so now let's solve the problem together, so that it will be more clear. We can realize whatever we understood. Okay, here is the question: that find the equation of a straight line passing through the point 2 comma minus 3 and inclined at an angle 135 degree with the positive direction of x-axis. So what is the equation we just learned? We just learned the equation in the point slope form is that y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Now what is x1 and y1 here? Here if you see that x1 and y1, this is actually 2 comma minus 3, because according to the question, the equation of a straight line passing through 2 comma minus 3, that means that it becomes our x1 comma y1. And what is, and it inclined at an angle 135 degree. That means what is m? M is equal to tan 135 degree. Okay, so what is the equation of the straight line then? Y minus y1. So the equation of the required straight line, show the equation of the required straight line is y minus y1. What is y minus y1? y1 is minus 3, so y minus minus 3 is equal to m. M is what? Tan 135 degree into x minus x1. What is x1? x1 is 2. So from here what we get? We get y plus 3. So tan 135 degree, we can write it as tan 90 degree plus 45 degree into x minus 2. So this implies y plus 3 is equal to tan 90 plus 45, that will be minus cot 45 degree, because 90 means 1 into 90, which is an odd multiple, so it will be its co-function cot 45 degree with a negative sign. Why? Because 90 plus 45, which is 135, is in the second quadrant, and in second quadrant tan is negative, so that we are applying the concept of trigonometry here. So x minus 2. So cot 45 degree, we know it is 1. So what we get, y plus 3 is equal to minus 1 into x minus 2. So from here, what we get is that y plus 3 is equal to minus x plus 2. So I get y plus 3 is equal to minus x plus 2. And if we simplify further, we get the equation as x plus y plus 1 is equal to 0. That is the required equation of the straight line. Hope things are clear. So we can proceed to the next one, next topic. Next topic is, so let's go for whatever. So we discuss about the point slope form. Now we are going to discuss another form is called 2-point form, when the coordinate of 2 points are given to us. So this is called 2-point form. What does it mean? Here it is given the 2 fixed points through which the straight line is passing. Okay, for your information, though it is a very fundamental information, let me just reiterate once, is that through one fixed point we can draw infinite number of straight lines. But through 2 distinct points, we can draw a single straight line, a unique straight line. So as 2 points are given, so we can find the unique straight line. So what is the unique straight line? That actually we can derive from the previous topic, which is called the point slope form. So suppose let's assume that the straight line is passing through the fixed point x1 comma y1 and having a slope m. Then what will be the equation from the whatever we have learned so far? Y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. That is the point slope form. Now as 2 points are given, what is the value of m? Is the difference of the y coordinate, that is y2 minus y1, divided by difference of the x coordinate, x2 minus x1. Now if we apply this value here, what we get, y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. So now you can make it in little structured manner, which will be helpful to remember also. Y minus y1 divided by y2 minus y1 is equal to x minus x1 divided by x2 minus x1. So this is the required equation of the straight line passing through 2 fixed points x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2. Okay, now let us solve one exercise together, and let's see and let us realize whatever we just learned. So find the equation of the line joining the points at1 square 2at1 and at2 square 2at2. That means what? There are 2 fixed points is given. Suppose the fixed points are P with coordinate at1 square 2at1, and another point is given Q, it is at2 square comma 2at2. Those who are not aware of this, there is a conic section topic called parabola, and this is a parametric form of a parabola. So that we'll discuss when we'll discuss parabola in details. Now, so these are the two fixed points given to us. Now, that means what? What we can write here? So if we resemble with the point x1 comma y1, so this point is x1 comma y1, then what is x1? This is x1. And what is y1? This is the point y1. And if we consider this point as x2 comma y2, then what is x2? This is x2 and this is y2. So according to our understanding that we know, what is the equation of the straight line? Equation of the required straight line is, so equation, okay, so let me use a different color pen. So we get the required equation of the straight line as y minus y1 divided by y2 minus y1 is equal to x minus x1 divided by x2 minus x1. So now let's apply those values and let's derive. So this implies what? It is y minus y1. y1 is what? 281 divided by y2 minus y1. That means 282 minus 281. That is equal to x minus x1. X minus x1 is what? 81 square divided by x2 minus x1, that is 82 square minus 81 square. So from there, so what we can write? Y minus 281 divided by, if we take 2a common, then we get t2 minus t1, that is equal to x minus 81 square divided by, we take a common, then t2 square minus t1 square. So that is become t2 plus t1 into t2 minus t1. So we can simplify it further because we can, t2 minus t1 and t2 and a, we can, cancel out in both the left hand and right hand side. Then what we left with? We left with, t2 plus t1, t2 plus t1 into y minus 2a t1 into t2 plus t1, t2 plus t1, that is equal to, we get 2ax minus 2a t1 square, 2ax minus 2a into t1 square. Why you can write? We can write a into t2 minus t1 is not equal to 0. Now from here, if we simplify further, what we'll get is that we can write, okay, just a minute. So there will be no 2ax, it will be only 2x. So it will be only 2x. So 2x, so this is bracket. So from here what we get? We get 2x minus 2x minus t1 plus t2 into y, t1 plus t2 into y plus 2a t1 into t2 is equal to 0. This is the equation of the required straight line passing through the two fixed points a t1 square to a t1 and a t2 square to a t2. Hope it is clear to you. Okay, great. Now let us go to the next point. So what we understood so far is that the three slope-intercept form is done, point slope form is done. We just now did 2-point form. Now we are going to discuss about the intercept form. Let's see what is intercept form. So in intercept form, what is given is that the required state line, if you see this required state line, that this is the required state line. This is the required state line, as you see that L dash, for example. So this state line makes an intercept of, this is origin, intercept of A in the x-axis, and it also makes an intercept of B in the y-axis. So that means if this point is capital A, so its coordinates should be obviously a comma 0, and these coordinates should be what, capital B, then it will be 0 comma B. That's quite obvious from our fundamental knowledge in coordinate geometry. We can say these things. Now to find that equation of the straight line, we can assume it is a 2-point form, whatever we just learned. Okay, so we can use the concept of 2-point form to derive that equation of the straight line. So as if we can assume that there are 2 points, fixed point, the straight line is passing through 2 fixed points. What is the first point? It is A comma 0, and the other fixed point B, it is 0 comma B. As if we can resemble this one with x1 y1 and x2 y2. If we resemble this one with x1 y1 x2 y2, so that means what we get, we'll get here it is x1 comma y1, as if x1 is A and y1 is 0, and we can consider this as x2 comma y2, whereas x2 is 0 and y2 is B. Now what is the equation from our understanding? Is that equation is that y minus y1 divided by y2 minus y1 is equal to x minus x1 divided by x2 minus x1. Now we can apply this one in this one. So how we'll get? So from here we'll get, what is y1? y1 is 0 divided by what is y2? y2 is b minus 0, because y1 is 0. X minus x1, x1 is what? A, and x2 is what? x2 is 0 minus A. So from here what we get? We get b into x minus A into b is equal to minus ay. So now let's rearrange properly. So we get bx plus ay is equal to ab. Now what we are going to do is that we divide both sides by ab. Then what we'll get? X by a plus y by b is equal to 1. And why you can make the difference? Since ab is not equal to 0. ab cannot be equal to 0. So this is the required equation of the straight line, which makes an intercept of a unit in the x-axis and b unit in the y-axis. Now here I would like to mention a fundamental point, so that you need to you need to remember depending on the question. So here it is. So suppose if this is the coordinate axis, if this is the so suppose this is the coordinate axis. So this is x in the positive direction, x in the negative direction, y in the positive direction, y in the negative direction. This is origin. Now we can have multiple intercept form. Okay, so let me show you this thing. That one form could be this one. Okay, one form could be here what we see here, we see both x-intercept and y-intercept are positive. Okay, one form could be, so here we find that this equation will be what, in the form of x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. Now it may possible that we have an equation where the straight line is you know passing through the here a is positive, but b is negative. Assume this is the same point. So then what will happen? This equation will be x by a, but y-intercept is negative. This is the y-intercept here. So what is the y-intercept is negative? So it will be minus b is equal to 1. Similarly, you can have a straight line something like this, uh, where we get a as negative but b as positive. We can have some straight line like this. So here what will happen? Here it will be in the form of x by minus a plus y by b is equal to 1. And finally, you can have a straight line where both the x and y intercept are negative. It could happen something like this. Then here x is also negative, y is also, x intercept is also negative, y intercept is also negative. So here it will be x by minus a plus y by minus b is equal to 1. That is the equation. So these are the things you should keep in your mind while finding the equation in intercept form. So you need to know whether that intercepts are positive or negative, and you can visualize accordingly the way I just showed. Now let us solve a problem together so that we can realize whatever we have learned. So here is the question. Find the equation of the line which cuts off an intercept 4 on the positive direction of x-axis. That means what? The moment I read up to this statement, so we make a statement is that a is equal to 4 and intercept of 3 on the negative direction of y-axis. That means what? b is equal to minus 3. And what is our required equation? We know the equation form is that x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. So our required equation is, so the required equation of the straight line is x by 4 plus y by minus 3, that is equal to 1. Now let's simplify it. So that means x by 4 minus y by 3 is equal to 1. So this implies 3x minus 4y minus 12 is equal to 0. So this is the equation of the straight line, required straight line, what we wanted to find. This is pretty straightforward. I hope you understood. And then let's now proceed for the next point. So what we do so far is that intercept form also we are able to do. Okay. Now we are done with the first 4. Next one is coming is what is called the symmetric or parametric or distance form. Why it is said like this? There is a reason behind it. So let us see how it is. symmetric or parametric or distance form. So this is a very uh, important form, and for your information, there are questions come in IIT JEE Advanced where the concept of this form is asked that how well you understand, and it has a very specific purpose. Let us discuss this thing, why it is so important. Here it says the equation of a straight line passing through a point x1 comma y1 and makes an angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis. Okay, and its equation is that x minus x1 by cos theta equal to y minus y1 by sin theta is equal to r. Let us spend some time here. Okay, so let's first draw the coordinate axis. Let me first draw the coordinate axis. So this is positive direction of x-axis, this is negative direction of x-axis, this is positive direction of y-axis, this is negative direction of y-axis, this is origin. So it is mentioning that a straight line passing through a point x1 comma y1. Let me use a different color so that we can realize better. So consider this straight line, the straight line L dash, and it passed through a fixed point. What is the fixed point? This is the fixed point. Suppose let's consider the fixed point BP, and it is x1 comma y1 and makes an angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis. That means this angle is theta. The moment we know this angle is theta, then we know what is m. M is equal to tan theta. The moment theta is given to us, because theta is given to us as it is according to the question, makes an angle theta with the positive direction of the x-axis is given. That means what? We know the two information. As I always said, to derive an equation of a straight line in 2 dimensions, we need to have two conditions given. And here the conditions are: it is passing through a fixed point x1 comma y1 and it makes an angle theta with the positive direction of the x-axis. Then let's apply our understanding of point slope form. According to the point slope form, what is the equation of the straight line? The equation of the straight line is that y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So from here what we can write? We can write y minus y1. What is m? M is tan theta. Tan theta into x minus x1. So this implies what? This implies y minus y1 tan theta is equal to what? Sin theta divided by cos theta into x minus x1. So from here what we get? From here we get x minus x1 divided by cos theta is equal to y minus y1 divided by sin theta. So this is the, that is why it is known as symmetric. Why it is symmetric? Because it x minus x1 by cos theta is equal to y minus y1 by sin theta. That is why it is not a symmetric form. And why it is a parametric form? The same thing, as the moment it is mentioning as symmetric, then also it is known as a parametric form as well. Why it is parametric? Because theta is a parameter. Okay, because if if we vary theta, and if we keep that x1 comma y1, that fixed point, as a fixed one, then we'll get different straight line, and those different straight line is driven by the parameter theta. Okay, that is why it is called the parametric form. But the interesting part is that why it is called as a distant form, and that is why we need to spend some time here. Okay, and we need to go through this thing, why it is known as a distant form. And that is why it makes a very, very important thing, that why you should know this this form very clearly. So let me explain you why it is known as a distant form. So now let's assume this thing. Let's take a, we write this one, x minus, as we know, x minus x1 by cos theta is equal to y minus y1 divided by sin theta. Now let's assume this is equal to r. Let's assume, suppose say, what is r? R is nothing but belongs to the set of real numbers. So from here, what we get? We get x is equal to x1 plus r cos theta, and we get y is equal to y1 plus r sin theta. And what is this r? R is the distance between any point x comma y on the straight line and the point x1 comma y1. That means if we consider a point here, any arbitrary point, if we consider any arbitrary point here, suppose a, and its coordinate is x comma y, then this distance ap is actually r. Then how we can find that this is equal to, that x is equal to x1 plus r cos theta? So let me derive and show it to you, so that you understand that why we are getting like this. So let us join these points and this one, and let us join this one as well. Suppose let us give this name as, this as L, this as M. So what is x? If you see x, okay, x is equal to what? X is equal to OM. And what is OM? OM is equal to OL plus LM. So from here what you get? X is equal to, what is OL? OL is x1. Now let's find what is LM. LM is nothing but P. Suppose let's give this name as Q. LM is nothing but PQ. So this is PQ. What is PQ? If this angle is theta, then this angle is also be theta. So it will be r cos theta. So PQ should be r cos theta. So x is equal to x1 plus r cos theta. In the similar manner, you will find that y is equal to r sin theta. How come? So let's find what is y. Y is equal to, we know it is am, and am means what? It is qm plus aq. So this implies y is equal to, what is qm? Qm is nothing but pl plus aq. This implies y is equal to, what is pl? pl is nothing but y1, and what is aq? If you look into the right angle triangle AQP, then AQ is nothing but r sin theta. So we derive that the expression x in terms of x1 r and theta, and y in terms of y1 r and theta. The point is that x and y are arbitrary point on the straight line L dash. That means you take any point, and if you know the distance of that point from the fixed point P, you can find that coordinate of that point. And that is why it is so important. That's why I have written it here. Please note that this form is a very useful. Please note that this form is very useful for the cases where we need to deal with the length of any portions of a straight line, because this is the distance r. Now another point is that, as the what information we have, there is a fixed point P with coordinate x1 comma y1, and we have a point A which is at a distance r from the point P. The moment we have this much information, we can also say, the point A could be here. It may be possible the point A is here, that is also possible. Suppose this is the point B, which is also at a distance r. Correct? That is also possible because we do not know. So now if we derive, then we will find it will be, x1 minus r cos theta and y1 minus r sin theta. So that means we can find there are 2 points possible. So if we consider the point A as x1 plus r cos theta and y1 plus r sin theta, then we will get the point B as x1 minus r cos theta and y1 minus r sin theta. Okay, remember this one. This is a very, very important one. Okay, generally it doesn't come in the board examination, but as I said in the beginning of this topic, this is very important for JEE Main and JEE Advanced. Okay, so let us solve the problem together to realize that how we can apply this concept. So here is a exercise. If you look into that exercise, a straight line is drawn through the point 2, 3 and is inclined at an angle 30 degree with the x-axis. Okay, these are the two information is given. The moment two informations are given, we can find the equation of the straight line without any problem. Now the next statement is that find the coordinates of the 2 points on it at a distance 4 from the point P, which is the point coordinate 2, 3 on either side of P. That means what? Let's visualize this problem, then we'll solve together. So, if this is the coordinate axis, suppose this is the coordinate axis. This is x, positive direction. This is negative direction of x-axis. This is positive direction of y-axis. This is negative direction of y-axis. This is origin. So a straight line passing through the point 2, 3 and makes an angle, 30 degree. So suppose let's consider this is the point. This is the straight line L dash, which pass through a fixed point called 2, 3. Suppose this is the point 2, 3, P, 2, 3, and this angle is 30 degree. Now we need to find the coordinate of 2 points. Okay, we need to find coordinate of 2 points at a distance from 4 from the point P on the either side of P. That means what happened? You can get a point here, suppose A, which is at a distance 4 units, and also you can get a point B here, okay, which is at a distance 4 units. That means what? AP is equal to 4 units and BP is also equal to 4 units. So what is our task? Our task is to find the coordinate of the point A and B. So now we need to apply the concepts. What we learned is that here the x1 comma y1 is given as 2, 3. So what is the symmetric form equation? Symmetric form equation, let me use a different color. Yeah, so symmetric form equation is that x minus x1 by cos theta is equal to y minus y1 by sin theta. This is equal to r. Then there are 2 points we just learned, and we can go back also in the theory if you just have a quick look. So what are the 2 points? The 2 points are something like this. One is that x1 plus r cos theta, comma y1 plus r sin theta. And the other point is that x1 minus r cos theta, comma y1 minus r sin theta. So now if we apply that concept into the one, so what is x1 here? It is given x1 is equal to 2, y1 is given y1 is equal to 3, theta is given that is equal to 30 degree, and r is also given that is equal to 4 units. Okay, r is equal to 4 units. Then what are the points? The points as that, suppose there are 2 points. The point A is, we know x1 plus r cos theta, y1 plus r sin theta, and B is x1 minus r cos theta and y1 minus r sin theta. So now let's apply the, if we apply the value of all these x1, y1, theta and r, how we get the value of A? So we get the value of A something like this. It is x1 is what, 2, r is 4 into cos 30 degree. Cos 30 degree is equal to root 3 by 2, comma y1 is equal to 3 plus r is 4 into sin theta, sin 30 degree is equal to 1 by 2. So that is equal to A is equal to 2 plus 2 root 3, 2 plus 2 root 3, and 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. So that is one coordinate. So we found the coordinate of the point A as 2 plus 2 root 3, comma 5. Now let's find the coordinate of the point B. So what is the B here? B we get is x1 2 minus r 4 into root 3 by 2, comma 3 minus 4 into 1 by 2. So that will become B is equal to 2 minus 2 root 3 and 3 minus 2, that is equal to 1. So we get the coordinate of the point B is, we are getting is that 2 minus 2 root 3 comma 1. So that is a solution to the question. I hope you understood it. In case of any doubt, please do let me know. All right. Now, next one is that next point, next discussion, what we are going to do is that the normal form. So as you see, the symmetric or parametric or distant form is also we covered. Then next one we are going to discuss is the normal form. So let's see what is normal form and how we can derive its equation. So normal form means, as you read through the statement, the equation of a straight line such that the length of the perpendicular from the origin to the straight line is P, and the angle which this perpendicular makes with the positive direction of x-axis is alpha. The equation of the straight line is x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equal to P. Let's see how we can, how we can visualize this particular, situation. So this is our coordinate axis. This is positive direction of x-axis. This is negative direction of x-axis. This is positive direction of y-axis. This is negative direction of y-axis. This is origin. Now, our straight line, let me use a different color. Okay, our straight line is something like this. Our straight line is something like this. So what is a straight line? We give that straight line as L dash. So the equation, now let's go through the statement. The equation of a straight line such that the length of the perpendicular from the origin to the straight line is P. That means if we draw a perpendicular from the origin to the straight line, though it doesn't look like a straight line. Okay, chalo, this is L. Then OL is equal to is given as P. That is the length of the perpendicular. And now the next statement, and the angle which this perpendicular makes with the positive direction of x-axis is alpha. That means this angle is alpha. Then what we can make that equation of the straight line? Then the equation of the straight line, it is telling us that x cos alpha plus y sin alpha is equal to P. So this is known as normal form. Why it is a normal form? Because OL is a normal to the straight line L. Sorry, I need to make one thing here. I cannot make it as a L because L is already given. So sorry. So I need to make it some different name. Okay. So let me make the name of that point is, suppose let's take it as Q. Let's give it a Q. So then OQ is equal to P. OQ is equal to P. So why it is a normal form we are discussing? It is a normal form because that OQ is nothing but the normal to the straight line L dash, and the length of this normal is P because this is P. And what is alpha? Alpha is the angle made by this normal OQ in the positive direction of the x-axis, and we get the equation of the straight line as x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equal to P. So now let us solve one problem together, which will help you to understand this form. Here the equation is that here the question is that find the equation of the line which is at a distance 3 from the origin, and the perpendicular from the origin to the line makes an angle 30 degree with the positive direction of x-axis. So we no need to draw that diagram. The moment that we understand this one, so we see that what is the value of P, which is at a distance 3 units from the origin. That means P is equal to 3, and this normal makes an angle alpha, and that is equal to 30 degree. Still, if we need to visualize, just for the sake of clear understanding, then we can write this thing. So what is this, our equation? So it is something like this. It is a makes an angle 30 degree with the so it will be something like this. It will be the straight line will be something like this. That means we need to extend that x-axis like this. So what we get is that, so this is 30 degree, and this perpendicular length, that is equal to 3 units. So the required equation is, so the required equation is x cos alpha, x into cos 30 degree plus y sin alpha, y into sin 30 degree is equal to P. What is P? P is equal to 3. So this implies, what is cos 30? Cos 30 is equal to root 3 by 2, x into root 3 by 2 plus y into sin 30. Sin 30 is 1 by 2. That is equal to 3. Now if we do the simplification, we will get root 3 into x plus y minus 6 is equal to 0. So this is the required equation of the straight line. I hope it is clear to you. Never hesitate to let me know in case any doubt. So what we discussed so far is that also we discuss the normal form. We discuss normal form. Then the last one we are going to discuss is called the general form. What is general form? It is something like that. The general equation of a straight line, the general equation of a straight line is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. What is a, b, and c? These are all real number. Okay, all cannot be 0 at the same time. Okay, means a and b cannot be 0 at the same time. So what is the general equation of a straight line? So general equation, sorry, let me write it very clearly. General equation of a straight line is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, where a, b, c belongs to the set of real number, and a and b cannot be 0 at the same time, and a and b can't be 0 simultaneously. That means it's at the same time. Sorry. At the same time. So now why it is known as a general form? Because from this form, that ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, you can derive any form. Whatever the form we have learned. What are the forms we have learned? We learned the first one is called the slope intercept. So from that one you can derive slope intercept. Okay, you can try at your end and you can let me know how you are finding. So what is the slope intercept? Slope intercept is that y equal to mx plus c. So you can make this thing in the slope intercept form. So you can make y equal to mx plus c. Then from here you can make it is in the point slope form. Point slope form. And what is the equation is, you know the equation of the point slope form. From here you can make 2-point form. 2-point form. From here you can make, that intercept form. From here you can make, symmetric form. And from here you can also make normal form. And how you can make all these things? Just by, and going through the algebra of all these equations, means slope intercept, point slope form, 2-point form, intercept form, symmetric form, normal form, and molding that general equation like ax plus by plus c equal to 0 according to that. Then you will get the this form. As we can derive any of this form from that equation ax plus by plus c equal to 0, hence it is known as the general form of the equation. So I am done with all the topics for today. If you have any question in any of this, you can let me know. So here is the action item. So I'm going to give you the homework. Okay, let me quickly go through the homework. You will get several assignments here. So this is the homework assignment 1. I'll be sending it to you. Then assignment 2, assignment 3, assignment 4, assignment 5, and 6. So you need to work on all these 6 assignments and send it to me by 2nd September. Please send it to me. Make a scan copy of all these 6 solutions. Make a neat scan copy and send it to me over WhatsApp. I promise you, once I get it, I will evaluate all these things and get back to you. I'll let you know what are the scope of improvement, how you can make these things more better, and all these things. And also we have one session where we will be discussing these solutions. Okay, so with this, I would like to conclude our class today because we are done with it, unless you have any specific statement. And I'm going to give you the homework. So if you do not have any question for me, I would like to conclude here, and I'll be sending the way I sent for the earlier classes. I will be sending the recording of this video lecture and the class notes, whatever the workout I have done, and also the assignments, so that you work on that assignments and get back to me as we discussed. If you do not have any question, I think we can conclude it here. Thank you very much.